GS, are you surprised, General Secretary of the Guyana Teachers Union, are you surprised that the Ifenali hasn't fired Dharamlall as yet?
Well, I am not surprised because when you look at the manner with which this government has been operating, from 2020 when they took office, we saw all these revelations. The largest drug shipment coming out of Guyana. Nobody could be found who shipped it. Nobody was prosecuted. We saw so many things happening. We saw the murder of paper sharks right on Main Street. Right down the road, the president's residence is the prime minister's residence, Bank of Guyana, and still no recording. Nobody could get the footage, so nobody has been charged for paper sharks murder. We saw so many other things happening where ministers' names were called in this corruption and that corruption and the other corruption. We even saw the latest Sharon Das. And what happened? It took the president 1 year to tell us that, oh, Sharon Das is saying, just the same way he's telling us today, Sharon Das said he is going to submit his resignation or some worries so that he's going to come back home. And it's the same thing he's telling us today, that the minister said to him he is going to proceed on administrative leave. So it is saying to us that all that we've been hearing about the present president now with the 19 fraud charges, that they might very well be true. And since he has skeletons in his closet, he doesn't know how to pull skeletons out of other people's closet because of fear that they might spill on him. What we are seeing here is most disgusting. I can't find other words, decent words to describe it. But according to the act, buggery was involved. And that is a serious issue. And for a minister of government to violate a child like that, that minister should not be made to interface with the public ever again, especially our women and girls. What we have seen coming out of this administration is that Guyana is being ruled by an elite group who feels that they are above the law. And imagine, these are the people who are lawmakers. Look, Priya Manik-Chan here was the person who piloted that act. And she is there passing the buck from one person to another person to another person. She was sent the information by the president. She sent it to the chief education officer, instructing or asking or requesting that the chief education officer make contact with the young lady and her parents or the school to get in contact with the young lady. Now, all of these people here are guilty. They are accomplice to what has happened after the fact. And what they've sought to do is to cover up, to allegedly cover up the issue. They are just as guilty, but I want them to understand that everything in this life, it operates in a circle. And so while I speak here not only as General Secretary, but as a mother, I want Priya Manik-Chan to remember that she has children. She has nieces, she has nephews, she has other cousins. I want Pauline to understand too that as Minister of Amerindian Affairs, who would sit in Parliament and use a podium because she's got NCN and the whole works of them videoing her and recording her live, she stands there to talk about how much love she has for the indigenous people. And yet, with this issue, not one word from Pauline Sukai. Not a word from Pauline Sukai. So many others. We just had the former deputy speaker who always paraded in his indigenous wear. Not a single statement in support of this young lady or her family, or a statement in support of the indigenous people in this country. And I'm hoping that our people are seeing exactly what is happening. That these people only pretend to care for you when they want your vote. Other than that, they just don't care about you. But you know what? We will stand here until justice is served. Because what has happened to this indigenous young lady has happened to many others who were scared to come out and who were willing, because they were pressured, to take monies in turn for what has happened to them. But many, many of them have suffered, and we will continue to stand here in support of this 16-year-old girl so that it wouldn't happen to any other, whether it's in the PPP or whether it's in the AFC or the APNU. We will stand and call them out when they do these things. It is absolutely wrong. And I want to say to Priya, shame on you. as Minister of Education who would have allowed or who was allegedly attempting to stand on the side and not even to come out to say anything in support of our girls in this country. Even if she didn't want to call out her colleague minister, she should have been saying something in support of the girls, our daughters, our nieces, our sisters. Shame on Priya.
Thank you very much, General Secretary. Thank you.